It is becoming quite evident that future belongs to generative AI or machine learning or maybe data science. But as it is becoming more evident, still there is a lot of confusion around as what sort of a career AI will entail, or in other words, what sort of job opportunities we should prepare for. In this video, I'm going to show you few of the job postings which have started popping up this year in terms of AI and machine learning from various companies. Most of these jobs are concentrated in US, but I have seen similar job postings in Australia, in UK, and other places across the globe. They are still not many, but I believe that very soon there will be an explosion in these kind of job postings. The purpose of this video is to give you a glimpse of what sort of things you should keep in mind, or you should learn, or if you are looking to transition from other fields to AI. For example, if you are a database administrator and you want to learn AI, then looking at these job postings, their requirement can give you a very good idea as what you need to learn and what you should prepare. The job posting which I'm going to show you today, they are still at very high level. They are not entry level jobs. Plus, one of the barrier which I feel is quite high is that some of them are even asking for a degree in machine learning or generative AI, especially in machine learning, and some are even asking for PhDs. So that is not possible for everyone. I'm more than sure there are not many PhDs out there in machine learning, and it is not a light taking. But having said that, I am more than sure that very soon there will be entry level, mid level jobs which won't require the PhDs or very high degrees machine learning, but some of the tools and techniques or requirements which we will see in these job postings. Now, the first job posting I'm going to show you is from Snowflake, and this is for senior machine learning security engineer. And this is one area which is still very dormant, but I'm more than sure it is going to explode in no time. In order to be a machine learning security engineer, you should have these sort of qualifications. So, for example, you should have um, exposure to machine learning synthesis and security engineer. So, if you're a cyber security engineer, this is a path you can follow to become a machine learning security engineer or AI security engineer. For example, you should be aware of what sort of security threats are there which entail to machine learning or large language models. For example, if you are training a private LLM, then how you can ensure that there is no data leakage from your training data set or from pre-training. You need to be aware of how to tackle prompt injection, and then how to manage the multi-tenancy workload where one tenant will be private from the other tenant, and then membership and friends and lot of other things which are related to this threat vectorization with large language models. And this is a bit of a generic requirement where you should have some experience in design and implementation of multi-component software system or distributed software systems such as microservices. And then if you have worked in APIs and stuff, this should be very beneficial. And then you should have some automation, integration sort of things from multiple sources. So if you have worked in any of the API gateway or MuleSoft or something like that, that should be very beneficial. And then this is bit of a spec and write program planning sort of stuff, and then rest of the things are quite normal, like um, communication and working with team and all that stuff. And this is a bit interesting because it is Snowflake, which has data related product, so that is why I think they may be asking everyone to be fluent in SQL. Now, preferred qualifications are that if you have any GPU level architecture, if you are aware of how that works, that should be awesome. And of course, they would prefer someone from ML or data science background, and then other generic requirement around software development lifecycle. So you can see it's not really uh, that alien of a job description. Still, if you're a cybersecurity engineer, if you have a bit of a data background, you can still try this one out. Okay, next job is from Databricks, which is a similar company which have data products and all that stuff. So if you look at this job requirement, then it is also very interesting. So if you have any solid machine learning and text data processing, and if you are working with large scale LLM in 10 to 100 billion of parameter, now this is a bit of an interesting. This actually doesn't mean anything. I mean, what does comfortable mean? So I think they could elaborate on this one. Of course, I mean, if it is there, I would love to work with Falcon 180 billion parameter model, or anything like that. So, and then but this one is bit of a barrier because not everyone has the ML background. But yes, this lot of people have text and data processing engineers, and then have deployed LLM system to solve real world problems, and have designed clever ways to evaluate system performance. I'm not sure how many people have already done it, maybe handful, few hundred, few thousand across the globe, but still, you can just build your own project. And I have various videos on my channel which you can follow to build these sort of application. Just yesterday, I created a video around integrating AWS RDS with one of the LLM in OpenAI, so you can follow that one in order to build it and then showcase that one. And then, of course, if you have worked any sort of LLM security, that should help. And then these are few of the generic ones. So you can see it's not that hard, and this is a bit interesting. They say a PhD is not required for this role, and it is even open to new graduates or even for the research engineers. So this is amazing. So if you're a student working in and learning the ML engineering or AI, then you can apply for this one. Okay, and then this is the Gen AI software engineer platform. Now, this is what they're asking for. If you look at this description, what exactly this job role is, then it says serve as a technical lead, supervising projects, playing a hands-on role design and implementation of ML infra and Gen AI platform services. So it's all generic, nothing concrete because they are still evolving, it seems. But this is what you should have. So if you're a Python developer, this should be interesting, or C or Go plus. 8 plus experience of contributing to architecture and design of large scale or ML system and tooling. 8 plus years, I think they are going to struggle finding anyone with this. But if they find it, they would have to pay through their nose, I guess. And then these are few of the generic ones related to cloud services and software development lifecycle. Now, this is what happened when we saw the cloud explosion few years back. Companies were asking people with 8 years of cloud experience when cloud was just 5 or 4 years old. So I think this is where they need to be realistic in their expectations, what they're asking. Okay, now this one is from Google, as you can see. So product operation and strategy, bar data operation, so that's interesting. If you see the qualifications and our bachelor degree, that is good. 3 years of experience in management consulting, experience working with data, yes, that can be done. So this is quite realistic, as you can see, that if you have experience in scaling operation tuning, this will be a bit hard, but if even for a few months should be good. But other than that, this is quite realistic job description with some of the product and business strategy angle to it. Then they have various careers at Perplexity, which you can see. For example, this one, AI research engineer, sounds very interesting. And in this one, the qualification is that you should have proven experience with large scale LLMs, programming skills, self starter. And then this one is a bit hard, PhD. So, but other than that, looks quite good, and it is quite lean. And Perplexity, as you know, one of the fastest growing companies. Lot of companies have already invested in this one, and it is touted as being replacement of Google's search somehow in the future. So this is definitely a company to keep an eye on. And then again, the Snowflake one, similar sort of thing which I showed you earlier. Now in this one, sorry, that other one was security related. This one is software engineering ML, and you can see that most of the stuff which you need for this sort of job is this. You should have 10 plus years of software engineering, which is okay. And then machine learning models like neural network, decision tree, etc. So they have just that experience, not 10 years. That is good. And then if you should have these sort of things, sklearn, XGBoost, of course. If you are machine learning engineer, you should know these things. And C++, Java, and of course there should be some Python angle too. And then There are a lot of other generic things, but this one is interesting. Have had experience in shipping ML models in large scale production environment. That is interesting. I don't think so there'll be many, but anyway. And then we have another one from Invisible, senior software engineer from AI and ML. So if I scroll down, you can see its requirements are also quite generic, that you're comfortable solving problems in remote environment teams, and then there is not specific technical requirements, but they have just mentioned ML ops and stuff. But here they are mentioning that they use these technologies as a software engineering platform is built on this, and then their ML team is continuously evaluating new AI models. So this seems like that this is a bit of a learning involved here, which is good. So more generic, the more chances are that you can get into it. But all in all, a really good explanation of job description here. So again, the purpose of this video is to give you a flavor of how you can prepare for these job postings. Of course, you cannot have PhDs overnight, you cannot have machine learning, and if we have to be fair, not many people have deployed any machine learning model. Maybe some of you have done it on Colab or in Linux, but most of us are coming from either cloud background, data background, or software engineering background, and we are all looking to transition or at least add this Gen AI features or skills to our skill set. So you can get the idea of which sort of skill set we need to learn in order to uh, get into these job postings. So these are still very high level. I'm more than sure that as this new year has started, in the coming months, we will see more and more entry level and junior level job postings, and then you can scale down these requirements and should be good. So that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it. What sort of skill do you think people should prepare in order to start a career in AI or transition to AI? And if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, please share it among your network. Thank you very much.